Let's talk about how to build business credit without personal credit. And here's a winner I want you to really pay attention to. So when we talk about building business credit without personal credit, we have two scenarios here. Number one, let's say you have no personal credit to start with. So you're like, you have a FICO score of 300 or no FICO score at all. So you're a young person, okay? Young adult, 20, 21, or 18. That's the first scenario. The second scenario is that you are basically trying to build business credit without using your personal credit. So in other words, you don't want to use your credit score, your FICO score. So in this conversation, we are going to address simultaneously those two scenarios, okay? So it's really important to understand that. Now, it's important also to understand that solely using your business credit can keep your business activity from impacting your personal credit. This may help you qualify for more favorable terms when you need a personal credit card or loan. So separating business and personal finances can also help you limit your personal liability. The thing is that you are able to borrow more if you have business credit than if you were to use your personal credit every time you want to get a business loan, business line of credit, or business credit card, right? Because the business credit cards, they have higher limits. But if you are using your personal credit score, the banks or credit union will always pay attention to your credit score. But if you were able to establish your PAYDIS score, your business credit score, or your Equifax business credit score, or your Experian business credit score, you are able to borrow more. Now, there are a few things you need to avoid when you get started. Whether it's important that remaining a sole proprietor is not going to help you. Okay, a sole proprietorship is the default business type. If you're a contractor, this doesn't create a legal separation between the business owner and the business. So it's not really going to help you a lot. You may be able to build business credit with a sole proprietorship, but you'll still remain personally liable for the debt, which you don't want in the first place. Also, think about sharing financial accounts. If you are sharing financial accounts with your spouse, you want to really separate that. And you also want to separate financial accounts in terms of business and personal accounts. Okay, you got to open a business bank account, business checking account, business savings account. Also, agreeing to personal credit checks. So when a creditor checks your personal credit reports, that can impact your personal credit. So if the creditor also reports that account to the major consumer credit bureaus under your name, that will continue to impact your credit. That's why you need to separate clearly. You need to divorce your personal credit from your business credit. And I'm going to show you in the next step. Boss, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here. Make yourself comfortable. You are going to enjoy today's conversation. So here are the steps I really want you to follow. So if you want to build business credit without personal credit, the first thing you want to do is you need to pick a business name and contact information. That's the very first element, okay? We're talking about you actually clearly separating your business from your personal affairs. You may already have a few names picked out for your business, and you may want to check a few things before making it official. Let me ask you a question. Is the website available? Are social media handles available? Has someone else trademarked their name? So you go to the USPTO, so the United States Patent and Trademark Office. You want to search for the name, okay? Because the last thing you want is somebody actually already having that name. You don't want that. And the thing is it available, and will your state accept the name? Because see, you have to incorporate at a state level because you can't incorporate federally. There is no sort of a department at the federal level to incorporate you or like to form your LLC, your LP, your LP, your S corporation or C corporation. Okay, so you got to be sure that the rules that your state has are in compliance, or at least are in sync with the name. Will the name make sense as your business expands? Because the thing is, you right now you are a sole proprietorship. Okay, I understand that. But what if 5 years from now you scale and you actually are offering other services or other products? Will that name still hold? So be very careful when you craft the name or when you come up with the name at the beginning. It's important that the name be as inclusive as possible. Okay, and so if the name you choose passes all of this tests, you can still use the name to form or register your new business entity. You may want to grab the website and social media handles right away. You may need an address and phone number when you go to create the business. This may be the primary way the state contacts you. So you could start with your home address and number. However, they also can become public record. So protect your info. Some people use a virtual mailbox at a nearby mail center, or in some states, you can hire a registering agent, okay, and use their address to accept the business documents. So this is kind of cool. And so if you don't want to use your private phone number, you can also go with, you can sign up for a voice over, like a VoIP service. This is kind of cool also. Boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are having a conversation about how to build business credit without personal credit. The second thing you want to do here is to form a business entity. So basically, once you pick a name and contact information and you have everything, set up, you need to form. You need to do it officially now. So everything is clear. Again, as I said before, when we talk about forming a business entity, we're talking about something that happens at the state level. Okay, you do not have to file anything with the IRS. No, you do things legally at the state level, and then you inform the IRS. So creating a legal business name is an important step. So you have several types of business structures here. What you want to do is you want to go to your state's Department of Corporation, or it can be your Secretary of State. And basically you can see on their website the types of business structures that are available in your state. Because not every state has the same type of business structures, although generally you will have a corporation, a C corporation, an S corporation. You will have a corporation, C corporation, because the S corporation is a tax construct, so you don't have it as a business structure at the state level. You have a corporation, you have a partnership, you can have an LLC, a limited liability company. So you choose one that works for you, and then you are good to go. Next thing you do is you need to obtain a federal employer identification number. So the thing is, if you're trying to build business credit without personal credit, you got to really shift everything from your social security number to your company's social security, right? So your EIN is your company's social security. So as legal entities, businesses uses the federal employer identification number to file their tax returns. The EIN can also be an identifier for business credit bureaus, similar to how consumer credit bureaus can use your social to help identify your accounts. So you can apply for an EIN for free online. And so it may be possible to apply before forming a business entity. However, it might be best to form the business first, just in case the state rejects your business application. So in addition to getting an EIN from the IRS, your business may need a state identification number, state tax identification number, and depending on your industry and location, licenses and permits as well. What we have seen in our research here is that most of the time, states are okay when you actually get when they use the EIN that you get from the IRS at the state level as well. So this is kind of cool. So you have the same number that you can use simultaneously for the business at the state level and the federal level. If you want to build business credit without personal credit, you need to use your business to open a business account. Okay, we're talking about business bank account. If you remember earlier, I was just talking to you about that. When you start, there are a few things you need to avoid, right? You need to actually, let's say, mix both personal and business transactions. So a very good way to actually separate those two is to open a business bank account. That way, you are good to go. And the cool thing is that, once you have your business entity and EIN, you can open a business bank account, and the account will be in your company's name, and all your business income and expenses should flow through the account. So while a business bank account will not help you establish business credit, it can help you keep your business and personal finances separate. And business lenders may also require you to have a business bank account to get a loan or line of credit. In turn, those commercial credit accounts can impact your business credit profile. And the cool thing is, if you actually have you can actually get a business loan or business line of credit at the same bank where you open the business bank account. So this is the power of the relationship, what we call the power of MPR, multi-product relationship. So this is kind of cool. The next thing you want to do here is to get a free DUNS number. So DUNS number is actually a number that is issued by a company called Dun & Bradstreet. And this is pretty good because it helps you build business credit without personal credit. And so Dun& Bradstreet has been in the game for many, many decades now, not years, decades. And it's important to understand that your DUNS number is unique to your business. So in addition to being part of your DNB business credit report, you may need a DUNS number to qualify for a certain federal government contracts and grants. Now, the federal government has changed this program lately, where they actually now require their own number, but they still in some programs ask for a DUNS number. So this is kind of cool to keep in mind, and to make sure that you have this, like you keep this in mind at all times. One thing I want to say before I actually go into the next one is that you need to understand that if you're trying to build business credit without personal credit, having a free DUNS number is not the only thing, because DUNS number is linked to Dun & Bradstreet. There are two other business credit bureaus. You have Experian Business and Equifax Business. You need to sign up with them as well to have a number with them as well. That way, you are covered on all three angles, which you want to have anyway. Boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are having a conversation about how to build business credit without personal credit. The next thing you want to do here is to request trade credit from vendors and suppliers. So if your goal is to actually build business credit without personal credit, then you need to start thinking about net 30 accounts. It can be net 30, it can be net 45, it can be net 10. Some vendors will actually check your personal credit, but as long as you actually they might start you on a net 5 or net 10 terms, and if you actually pay pretty well for 3 to 6 months, they will bump you. They can extend the limit to net 30, for instance. They can increase your credit limit at the same time. What we have seen in our research here is that a net 30 account is the easiest form of credit, business credit to get, and it's an account really that increases your paydesk score. If we were to use the Dun & Bradstreet credit score, it increases your paydesk business credit score real fast. Usually, when we talk about paydesk credit score, 80 is like the average. If you anything above 80 is considered great. Everything below is not really great. So if you're paying your business loans, your business lines of credit, everything on time, you get 80. But anything above that, you get 85, 80, 90. So your goal is to actually get a net 30 account, net 45, but get trade credit from vendors and suppliers and pay on time. That way you can gradually build your business credit score on that front. And it's really important to understand that you want to choose those vendors and suppliers who report business transactions to the credit bureaus, because not all of them report. Some do, some don't. So it is really a favor though. Like, as long as you pay on time, they have no incentive to report the quote unquote positive behavior. They would rather report the negative behavior than the positive behavior. So, you have this sort of a negative reinforcement. So it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So you need to follow up. You need to make sure you talk to the vendor and they actually agree to report your transactions to the credit bureaus. And sometimes if they don't, you can self-report. There is a possibility for you to self-report your transactions to the credit bureaus, so the credit bureaus will take that into account. As long as you have the proper paperwork to justify whatever you're saying, you should be good to go. So you can contact Dun & Bradstreet yourself. You can contact Equifax Business yourself. You can contact Experian Business yourself and just request them to put those entries in your credit file. The next thing you want to do here is that if you want to build business credit without personal credit, you can apply for a business account at a company called Credit Strong. So Credit Strong is actually one company that helps business owners establish business credit. So while trade credit account can help your business get vendor trade lines, to get business financing, it's important to establish business financial trade lines. So this can include loans, lines of credit, business credit cards, and leases. And a Credit Strong Business Credit Builder account is a good way to establish a financial trade line without using your personal credit. Okay, your business needs to be at least 3 months old and have an EIN, but there is no credit score requirements. So this account is a secured installment loan, and the loan funds are put into a business savings account and locked to secure the loan. So you will receive the funds once you pay off the loan, but you can also pay off or cancel the credit builder loan at any time without paying a penalty or fee. So it is really good. And Credit Strong reports your loan payments to the Equifax and PayNet business credit bureaus. And so they will soon start reporting those transactions to Experian Business and the Small Business Financial Exchange as well, so SBFE. And Dun & Bradstreet basically is part of the SBFE. The next thing you want to do is to try not to miss any payments. Do not miss any payments at all. This is really detrimental and when I talk about missing any payments, I'm talking about anything. So don't miss any credit card payments. Don't miss any business loan payments. Don't miss any net 30 vendor payments. No, don't miss anything. Okay, you want to stay on top. If by any chance something happens and you have to miss a payment, then you need to contact the vendor in advance and negotiate. You need to negotiate an extension. You need to have a conversation. So it's always good to have a conversation with the vendor so you are on the same page and they do not have to report your delayed payment, your delayed submission, or your delayed whatever to the credit bureaus. So that way you still can keep your credit score clean. The next thing you want to do here is to use your business credit accounts. And so when we talk about using your business credit accounts, it's basically important to establish a strategy whereby you are using your business credit accounts consistently. After all, you want to show future vendors, creditors, and business partners that your business can manage credit accounts. So we're talking about business loans, right? We're talking about what? Business credit cards, business lines of credit. So the monthly payments on a business loan, line of credit, or a Credit Strong account can show consistent use in your financial trade lines. So regularly ordering goods and supplies with trade credit can keep your vendor trade lines active. This is an important element. And using this account can also help smooth your business cash flow, helping you avoid a cash crunch that leads to taking on debt or missing out on opportunities. And then last thing you want to really pay attention to here is to look for changes in your business credit reports and score. So you got to keep an eye on your business credit reports and score so that you can monitor your progress as you build business credit. It can also help you quickly detect fraudulent activity, such as someone taking out a loan, for instance, in your business's name. So it's important that you now the thing is you have to pay for it though, because there's no such a thing as checking your business credit score for free or business credit report for free. And it's something you don't have with a personal credit report, because for the personal credit report, you can get it for free if you go to annualcreditreport.com. But if you want to check your business credit scores, you're going to have to pay for it. You can contact, for instance, Dun & Bradstreet. You can contact Equifax. You can contact Experian to request that. But Dun & Bradstreet has a free a free credit score, but it's not really as granular. It's not as detailed. They give you some kind of short version of a credit score. But if you want the real thing, it's just a lot better to pay for it. And we advise our clients to actually do this once a quarter. Don't do it once a month. It'll be too much. Do it once a quarter, pay for it so that you actually have a way to see that your strategy is working. You are gradually building business credit without personal credit. You can do this. Do it for a year and see where it leads to. And after a year, you can just, let it go, just put it on autopilot and check it once every month or so, whatever. So this is something that you can really do, but it really does work. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. I was talking to you today about how to build business credit without personal credit. So I gave you a winner. So the things you need to avoid when you start, and I give you the steps you need to follow. So pick a business name and contact information, form a business entity, obtain an EIN, use your business to open a business bank account, get a free DUNS number, request trade credit from vendors and suppliers, apply for a Credit Strong business account, do not miss payments, use your business credit accounts, and look for changes in your business credit reports. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.